Assalamualaikum everyone, how are you all? Hope so you are happy today. So today I want to share the Sunnah of Prophet Muhammad and the benefit of recitation of the zikr on your fingertips and how Prophet Muhammad used to recite zikr on his fingertips. So I know that everyone wants to make spiritual connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Everyone wants to create spiritual connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If you recite, if you will say zikr on your fingertips, Allahu Akbar, Alhamdulillah, Subhanallah, La ilaha illallah, it brings peace of your mind, heart and soul. And it will make spiritual connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You can feel it by saying like Allahu Akbar, La ilaha illallah, Alhamdulillah, Subhanallah. If you will say, then you can observe. It will make spiritual connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and you will feel peace of your mind, heart and brain. It also helpful to purify your heart and soul. If you want to purify your heart and soul, so you have to say zikr on your fingertips, because it's a sunnah of Prophet Muhammad. Another is practical connection. So when you say zikr on your fingertips, it stimulates your brain activity. It's helpful to stimulate your brain activities. Moving of fingers helpful to stimulate your brain activity. When you say any zikr like Allahu Akbar, Alhamdulillah, you can feel it. It's helpful to stimulate your brain activity. And one thing else, you don't need to carry any rosary beads and you may recite anywhere, wherever you are. So it is helpful. You have to recite zikr on your fingertips. Amr bin Abdullah reported that he saw Prophet Muhammad used to recite zikr on his fingertips. He saw that Prophet used to recite at-takbir. It means Allahu Akbar. Allah is the greatest. He is the worthy for worship. There is no one except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who is the greatest. But Allah is the greatest. He is the only one who is greatest. He saw Prophet Muhammad used to recite at-takbir. It means Allahu Akbar. Allah is the greatest. Another is at-tamir. It means Alhamdulillah. We have to admire Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We have to praise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala because He gave us breath. He gave us water, home, shelter, food. Without all these basic needs, life is nothing. And all the Muslim and non-Muslim enjoying all these things, all the people in the world, even they are Muslim and non-Muslim, have to admire Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We have to say Alhamdulillah. We have to praise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And other is at-tahleel. Its mean La ilaha illallah. And in English, its meaning is there is no God except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There is no one except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who is the worthy for worship, except Allah is the only one who is the worthy for worship. He is the only God who is the worthy for worship, and we all have to worship for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala only. And the fourth is at-tasbih. At-tasbih, it means subhanallah. We have to admire, we have to glorify Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We have to trust in His uniqueness. We have to believe in His oneness, that He is the only one. There is no God except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah is the only one, and we all have to admire Him. We have to believe that He is the greatest. We have to glorify Him. I know that you people recite it on your fingertips, and it's also beneficial for you people to make spiritual connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Prophet Muhammad sallallahu said, you have to say zikr on your fingertip because it's my sunnah, and these fingers shall be asked on the day of judgment. Either this person used to recite zikr on his fingertips or not, when you will be there in person. So these fingers will be asked. These fingers shall be asked on the day of judgment, and they will made to speak. They will reply to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Either this person used to recite zikr on his or her fingertips or not. So I hope you are getting my point. All you have to recite zikr on your fingertips. Prophet used to recite Allahu Akbar, Alhamdulillah. At-tahleel means La ilaha illallah. And at-tasbih means Subhanallah. At-takbir means Allahu Akbar. Allah is the greatest. At-tahmeed means Alhamdulillah. We have to praise to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We have to admire Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. At-tahleel means La ilaha illallah. There is no God except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who is the worthy for worship. He is the only one who is the worthy for worship. And last word, at-tasbih, Subhanallah. We have to glorify Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We have to trust in His uniqueness. These four tasbihs Prophet Muhammad used to recite on his fingertips. And he used to remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by saying these four tasbihs on his fingertips. It's a sunnah of Prophet Muhammad. Say zikr on your fingertips. All the believers have to say zikr on your fingertips. First, it's a sunnah of Prophet Muhammad. You may use rosary beads and electronic and digital counter, but if you want to earn Sunnah of Prophet Muhammad, so you have to recite zikr on your fingertips. You may recite any surah, like Surah Ikhlas, by using your fingertips. So it's a Sunnah of Prophet Muhammad. I hope this time you're reciting Allahu Akbar, Alhamdulillah, Subhanallah, and La ilaha illallah. And after the video, you will repeat again. Thank you very much. Allah Hafiz.